Once again,
So,
officially, I welcome you to the discussion on L&D challenges with Greenfield Solutions, sir. And as you
thank
said,
you.
you are majorly into microfinance uh, organization. So, yes, we can discuss the challenges that you face in your industry, sir.
So, a microfinance industry, we need to understand what this industry is all about. We provide loans to those part of the society, to those people of the society who are being devoid of all kind of financial benefits or facilities which a bank provide to the customers in the tier A or a tier B city.
Mm-hmm.
So we operate majorly in the rural areas and the tier C, tier D cities. To be very specific, if I give you an example, who are our customers? The house help which comes to your and my house every day
Mm-hmm.
for mopping our house or झाड़ू पोछा लगाने के लिए and to clean your utensils, they are our customers because bank doesn't give loan to them.
Right.
So it's the microfinance company who provide loan. So we have our own processes streamlined under the RBI guideline. We are NBFC MFI, so non-banking financial corporations, microfinance industry. So we are Arohan Financials, we are NBFC MFI.
Mm-hmm.
Now, considering this, obviously, when you are catering people, you can understand that who are our target audiences, our customer.
Mm-hmm.
And the people, those who basically move around in the market day in and day out for 10 hours, 12 hours a day, they also come from that rural background, from a very, very humble background.
Mm-hmm.
So the major challenge is there are two, three challenges. Number one, uh, for them, it's very important how you can retain them.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I talk about, let's say, Maslow's hierarchy, Maslow's hierarchy basic need in 2023, no one works for that basic need. Kapra, roti, makan, to even a Zomato or a Swiggy guy earns 25 to 30K a month.
Yes, sir.
So why these people will work with a minimum wages as per the state norms? Obviously, there will be incentives, TAD, everything, but it's a very hard job. Whether it's rainy, it's a scorching heat, temperature is 5 degrees. These people are on the road, streets, going to the customers, convincing them, giving them loans. It's not an easy job.
Right.
So the first difficulty is how to retain them. That's the biggest challenge.
Okay.
So attrition is pretty high, infant attrition in this industry, whatever company you take. I'll refrain myself. I'm not giving any percentages or number, but I'll tell you the challenges. So that's the first challenge, attrition or the retention of the employee. What do you do? Number two, now there are several areas which as a HR or L&D professional we can tap. Like you might say, if you have a proper, a strong succession planning, which will motivate people to stay with you longer.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, because when you get a promotion, it's not only a promotion, it's a status improvement. So when you are a customer service representative, from there you become a branch head, you can go and talk to your family. See, I'm a branch head now, I'm handling 4 people. I handle a branch of EBITDA so much so.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a status improvement. Now, for a succession planning also, there's a lot of challenges what you face. So basic, typical, you can't, if you have the HR jargons or the what we generally the practices, the HR practices, you cannot apply over here because since the people come from a very humble background, they have their strong functional competencies, they know what to do, right? To develop the behavioral competencies, now you cannot have a Gallup strength survey to understand what their strengths, right? They will not understand what is this Gallup strength survey. You cannot map a 9 box matrix of performance versus potential. You cannot do with these people, you know. So customizing these things and helping them to realize that how this career progression will help them to grow personally and professionally. So that Consciousness, to build that consciousness is a second challenge. It takes time.
Mm.
And if I talk about since specifically for this industry, the people come with a 10 pass or a 12 pass background, right? A virtual platform is a kind of, what do you say? It's a critical thing for them. So physical training sessions have become more effective compared to the virtual sessions. Because if you let's talk about two different industry. One, this microfinance industry, and one, let's talk about a IT company. The people are engineers, minimum graduates, right? You can create a LMS or a LXP platforms like Degree, Datecast, which are the famous, right? Where you can do the simulations, whatever. But you cannot have this kind of thing here. Though we have started in Arohan, we have started our LMSs, we launch e-learning modules. But self-paced learning will always take a second step. The physical sessions will always have a better advantage. Right. But again, when you do a physical session, it's a challenge. Getting people under the roof, because we are situated almost all parts of the country and more across, we have more than 900 branches, close to 10,000 employees. So these kind of people, if you to get the people right and train is again the third challenge. So in a nutshell, if I say these are the top three things: one is the attrition and the retention of the employees. Two, how to make them aware that there is a career and you can grow. Because see, this is I'm sure by seeing your faces, I can tell, Shushma, you and me are the millennials. Maybe Raju will be Gen Z. And these people are coming alphas. So, what we have struggled, I'll give you my example. When I was in my second year of my graduation, my father retired and he was a government service holder. So from my second year of my graduation is there in my head, I have to do something to take care, because I was the breadwinner for the family, take care of my family.
Right.
So Rajesh, this is not for you. I'm talking about the researchers, what has gone in the world. So Gen Zs basically have a stable kind of a family. So their parents either working, or I'm not saying everyone, but majority of it. They have a financial stability compared to the millennials like us. So what happens for them, that patience is little low. And it's obvious that, we have learned in hard ways. डांट भी खाना पड़ रहे थे, बहुत से खाए थे, इसमें क्या बड़ी बात है? That's okay. That's how we behave. तो सीखने के लिए डांट खाना पड़ेगा. आज के डेट पे आप, if you scold some people, they will take it in a different language. नौकरी छोड़ के चला जाएगा. I don't need a job. So I think this demographic shift, the societal shift, has also been a kind of has an impact to these kind of challenges.
Right.
So that second and third, as I said, because of the kind of target audience what we have, we might be struggling with the digital platform. It will take some time to adapt for them. Because I'll not say it is very difficult, but it's the mindset again. Because the people uses Facebook, people uses Instagram. आप गांव में भी चले जाओगे, वो इंस्टाग्राम तो यूज कर रहे हैं. That means that means they are not technologically challenged.
Yeah.
It's just that how you do a push kind of strategy. So as a HR, just give me a minute. Hello, Shashi. Shashi के phone पर I'm on a call. So it will take some time because, uh, uh, what I personally feel, and this has been in my 18 years of experience, what I have learned is the approach should be more transformational rather than transactional. And more you move from a transactional approach to a transformational approach, uh, I'll not 100%, there's nothing called 100%. There will be a significant change in the uh, thought process. There's a shift will definitely happen. But this, as I said, because of this particular era, the people are very transactional. People are very transactional. So it takes time because when you do a behavioral shift, na, it doesn't work in a single day. आपको बार बार हार्प करना पड़ेगा. You really have to pinch there because end of the day we are human beings.
Correct.
We have human beings and we all have our emotions and we will work on it. Right? It's just that we need to वो सही नस को दबाना है. That's it. So it takes time. But with the faster growth in the competition, in the business, post-COVID, everything has completely changed 360 degree. The behavior of the customers change. उसमें क्या होता है वो time is a constraint. आपको time नहीं मिलेगा. इंसान change होता है. I being a I'm into HR and L&D profession for last so many years. I believe people changes. It takes time.
Yeah.
It takes time. नहीं तो फिर बुद्धा पैदा ही नहीं होता. बुद्धा से हाँ तो फिर मतलब वो लड़ाई कर रहे थे. He was killing people, slaughtering like anything. Suddenly he turned into Buddha. So and ये सब स्टोरी तो है नहीं.
Right.
So I believe it. But it takes time और वो time is a constraint. अब मिलेगा नहीं टाइम क्योंकि कोविड के बाद ना पैंडेमिक के बाद पूरा कस्टमर बिहेवियर्स चेंज हो गए हैं. बिजनेस स्ट्रेटजीज चेंज हो गए हैं. कंपटीशन तगड़ा हो गया है. राइट. और इसमें क्या होता है ट्रांजैक्शनल अप्रोच ज्यादा होता है क्योंकि कितना हुआ कितना होगा में ही फंसा रहेगा लोग.
Correct.
So that's I think is you can't blame anyone. I'm not blaming anyone. This is how the present situation is.
Right. So according to you, the current scenario is from the perspective of organization and the individual who's going to work, transformation to transaction, that too, it has to happen instantly, is the process.
Instantly तो नहीं हो पाएगा, but how can we reduce that time?
Reduce that time. Yes.
So the faster we change our our thoughts or the conversation from transactional to transformation, the faster we reap the fruit.
Right.
वो time को कम करना is, I think, if you can do something on it. I have no answer at this point of time. We can brainstorm
What is
again.
your
But
experience now, since you have been training so many people already at the moment, with the background that you've mentioned? These people are 10th, 12th pass. They have to be on the grounds, facing the heat, facing the winter, facing the rains, and still perform. So what is something as per your career that you have devised something which feels that at least it is better relative to others to make them more transformational and transactional?
see, it's very simple. When I was heading the learning and development for Reliance Retail, close to 18,000 employees, 549 stores across the country. Since then, till today, there's only one thing which I have done it. Try to build up the relationship with the employee. If possible, go to the next level to their family. Involve families. Because what happens, let's say, I'm giving an example. Let's say you two are my team member, right? Every day you come to office, we have a good relationship. But I have never, ever appreciated both of you, or let's say I have always appreciated Sushma, but I've not appreciated Raji. Whenever one of you does a good job, it's a huge behavior. तो राजी को लगेगा यार मैं क्या हमेशा खराब कर रही हूँ. It's not like that, right? Okay. So what will happen then? She will feel disturbed. She will talk about it to other friends. She will talk to her families. Then update her CV in the Naukri and will leave. Instead, if I can have the same leadership qualities for all. So that's where the concept comes situationalization. So based on which quadrant Sushma is in or which quadrant Raji is in, let's change the leadership, appreciate them in public, criticize them in person, and build a relationship with their families. So, matlab, for example, so what I'll give you an example, what I started here. After a proper induction, we do a graduation ceremony. And in the graduation ceremony, we ask the families, their parents, wives, husband, whoever there to come and join. You know, for them, giving a certificate in front of their family is a huge thing. So those kind of activities or initiatives, we have to do it more frequently and more robustly. Because end of the day, family attachment is very important. उसमें क्या होता है ना, एक फायदा भी है. फैमिली आपको पूछते हैं, बॉस तो जो पूछेगा कितना होगा तो अलग बात है. इफ यू सेल द करियर प्रोग्रेशन टू द फैमिली, फैमिली आपको पूछेगा यार आज कितना डिसबर्समेंट किया है यार, इतना जल्दी करना है, अब तो ब्रांच हेड बनेगा.
Correct. Right.
So this sounds very simple, but it is execution level पे बहुत tough है. ठीक है. So this is what I feel are the basic challenges. आप कोई भी industry ले लो, I think majority this challenge most of the except industries who deals with a very niche kind of employees, maybe IT, Amazon, Google, Flipkart, all of that. वो सब छोड़ के उनका एक बेसिक लेवल ऑफ एजुकेशन होता है. वो ऐसे लोगों को उनका पाला नहीं पड़ता है. So that's the challenge. You take retail, they face the same because I have been exposed to retail, hospitality, now microfinance. तो यहाँ पे ना वो सारे के सारे humble background वाले ही होते हैं. If you go to the retail store, the people who stand and sell on the floor, they come from a very humble background. Right. They work with only minimum wages. Same funda. Right. The only difference is उनको शायद 10 घंटे एक छत के नीचे खड़े होकर काम करना पड़ता है, इनको मार्केट में घूमना पड़ता है. That's the only difference. But they are the field staff, ground staff.
Now, sir, as far as your organization is concerned, जैसे we have one category of employees who are like this, but there would be always, the other category of employees like me and you, whereby we definitely are educated enough and we are at the planning side, probably more on the planning side, and the others are maybe on the execution side. So जो planning side में होते हैं, जो strategy side में होते हैं, how is your organization catering to their learning needs or their talent development needs?
See, that though I have taken well taken care of. That's not a challenge. But the most important thing is our business, 75 to 80% people are the people on the field staff.
On the field staff.
वो मार्केट में घूमते हैं तब जाके मेरे सीईओ के तक एमडी तक का भी सैलरी होता है. So that's the fact. We should respect that.
Right.
So my objective is always to give more focus to those field staff compared to them. So if you now ask me what interventions I have done for this 20% of the people, there's a proper defined leadership development program and I do it from the best. My Gallup team are doing it for them. Gallup certified coaches coaching them for the CXO teams. We have a defined leadership development program, which we have defined the competencies, both functional, behavioral, and that's again the best of the Great Manager Institute. They does it for us, right? So that's well taken care of. We have And we have designed a very strong competency-based framework based on which these programs are defined. And approximately 5% of these total population are into a huge succession planning. But again, I will always have an affinity, wherever I work, I will always have an affinity towards that portion of the people, those who helping us to get our salaries.
Correct.
हम 20% मार्केट में नहीं घूमते हैं.
Right.
हम 20% with our, yes, we have done those during our initial career days. But आज के डेट पे ये रैगिंग सेशन तो है नहीं, because when I started off my career, I have seen no one have handled with me. I have learned in hard ways. And now I just don't want to repeat the same. It could have been a very easy task for me, Sushma, कि यहाँ पे बैठ के being a head of a department where I handle a 3.5 crore budget, close to 3.5 crore budget with a 42 members, मैं यहाँ से बड़े बड़े डायलॉग दे सकता हूँ, पर उससे फायदा क्या है? Agar if I do not reach my last mile, the pain they are taking, and if I cannot do something in their life, if I can't bring any little bit of changes in their life, then I will not call myself the L&D head. I don't deserve to. तो my focus should always, तो वहीं पे हम ज्यादा फोकस करते हैं कि उनको कैसे डेवलप करवाया जाए, उनका कैपेबिलिटी कैसे बिल्डअप करवाया जाए. इट डजंट हैपन इन वन डे. अगर मैं अपना टारगेट हर 10 एक साल में 10 से 12% का भी मैं कुछ करके दिखाता हूँ ना, आई विल थिंक आई हैव डन अ वंडरफुल जॉब.
Right. So, sir, when you say that the majority of the people who are on the field, like product training is one thing that you would be definitely giving.
Product process, behavioral, we do. So I started a program which I have named Saksham. Saksham, the name is called Saksham. It's basically a product and process knowledge test. We do it every day on a proctored environment. So you have to sit in front of the camera, and if there is a more than 3 moves, the system get closed as the online programs. So what happens? We are pushing the people, you read, study, and sit. So those level you need to push. So these are the push strategies we have done. So what happens? At least agar mahine mein we are doing this once every month. Thoda 5%, 7%, if they are studying it on every month, their knowledge retention will increase.
Right.
So those are the things which we are doing it.
And the language that you use for giving this training, is it a local language?
Local, obviously local language. So I have my regional trainers out there, any kind of thing. We either we translate the content, and obviously my regional trainers are local out there. So they use their mother tongue to explain them.
Okay. So the e-learning part, the digitalized part is also done by the trainers in the local,
Yes.
It is recorded in the local language and it is delivered accordingly.
Correct.
Okay, perfect. And major training that you're saying is of product, process, behavioral training. So when I say product, process,
and induction is basically the hygiene. Induction will always be there.
right.
So leave that aside.
Right. So how much percentage of this is on behavioral training? How much percentage is process and product?
So product, process, and if I talk about functional competency, it will be close to 60 to 65%.
Okay, 60 to 65%.
And remaining 35% will be your behavioral aspect.
So behavioral aspect covers what all things, sir, in your trainings?
Communication, how to approach a customer. When you call a customer, you should take only the appointments. Do not take do not start any sale conversation during a phone call. How to stand in front of a customer, grooming standards. So all of it.
Okay.
And if I talk about the mid management and the senior management, it will be a hardcore competency based program. So it can be a conflict management, it can be a people management, it can be identifying the areas of challenges for the people, and then how you make different prescriptions for different diseases. So all of it related to people.
Okay. Perfect. So that's how the whole process goes. And also, do you have
But now
motivational training?
trust me, Shushma, I have some reservation on this. There's a lot of stuff happens. Motivation is internal. मैं आपको 5 चक दे इंडिया का वीडियो दिखा दूंगा, ब्रूसली का वीडियो दिखा दूंगा, आप मोटिवेट होकर कल से धंधा दुगना कर दोगे. These are all, sorry for my language, these are all dash dash. I really don't believe in it.
Okay.
Motivation is internal. The motivation can only come when you show them that there is something for you. That so that dream, you need to build up that dream.
Hmm.
You know, if you build up a dream, do you know what is a concept called mind tree?
Yeah.
So when you create that mind tree, you create a dream. Create that dream, uh, connect that dream with individual person. That's the motivation. There is no such motivational training. Trust me. Now you can see the greatest motivational trainer. क्या नाम है इसका? अभी अभी मतलब such a motivated guy that can't respect a woman. क्या नाम है इसका? बिंद्रा.
Bindra.
हाँ, can't respect a woman. शादी के दूसरे दिन अपनी बीवी के साथ he is behaving so badly.
Yeah, yeah. So
तो
actually,
क्या
he
मोटिवेशन
has
वो
two
देंगे?
faces in that case.
So motivation is always internal, Shushma. I personally feel.
Hmm.
So for example, you are having this conversation with me. The internal motivation for you is you want to understand the challenges so that you can create the best product, and आपका product जब market में launch हो, it should make a bang. बाकी product को पीछे छोड़ दे. So I guess you are the owner of this Greenfield solution, Sushma?
Yeah,
Or
I am
what?
one of the co-owners.
Correct. तो आपका वो ड्रीम है कि ग्रीनफील्ड सॉल्यूशन का अगर आज एक्स बैट आ रहा है, हाउ कैन आई मेक इट टू x+1?
No, frankly speaking, my whole is वक्त my motivation is since I am dealing with the product. So my complete motivation is that my product should be able to cater the challenges
Yeah,
of the industry. So then
absolutely.
what it brings is again, finance is not my part of job, but yes, product is.
It's a byproduct. It's a byproduct. If you give the
Yes,
best product, see, people are ready to shed extra money. आप अच्छे रेस्टोरेंट में जाओगे ना, आप एक्स्ट्रा पैसा खर्चा करोगे, provided you get that service.
right.
So that's your motivation. आपको
Right.
मैं 10 आपको मैं अगर 50 आज के डेट पे, I can show you the videos. Will that motivate? You will say, Kedar, you are just wasting my time. I could have utilized this time in talking to 3 other people and make my product much better. No, that's it. Exactly it is. So motivation में मेरा थोड़ा reservation है, and sorry for my word, I'm being little blunt. मैं ऐसे ही ना open बात कर
No,
लेता हूँ.
anyways, when you are saying that you are having a transformational approach, I guess this transformation itself, if it can bring motivation, then it's okay. Otherwise, you're
Correct.
saying it's internal.
And before I say a goodbye to you, just one thing you must take care when you designing this program. See, you know what is Kirkpatrick model?
Yeah,
So in a Kirkpatrick model, level 1 is level 2 are now obsolete. I don't consider. मैं
yeah,
अपनी टीम को बोलता हूँ कि भाई तुम 30 दिन में अगर 30 दिन भी ट्रेनिंग करवाते हो, फॉर मी इट इज अ जीरो इफ यू आर नॉट गिविंग एनी बेनिफिट टू द बिजनेस.
right.
दोस डेज वर गॉन. व्हेन वी स्टार्टेड ऑफ आवर करियर, उस समय मैंडेज मैन
Keep
आवर्स होते
going.
थे. आज के डेट में दैट्स नॉट.
Yeah.
So whatever you are making, please ensure you focus on level 3 and level 4 of Kirkpatrick model. आपका ये प्रोडक्ट बिहेवियरल चेंजेस को कैसे दिखा सकते हैं, कुछ नंबर्स में हो, आई डोंट नो.
Mm.
मतलब एक रिप्रेजेंटेशन होना चाहिए. अ बिहेवियरल चेंजेस और अ बिहेवियरल शिफ्ट हैज हैपेंड. हाउ कैन यू शो दैट?
Okay, perfect.
दिस यू नंबर 1. एंड नंबर 4, उस बिहेवियरल चेंजेस के बाद what is a direct or a indirect ROI we brought it to the company.
Mm.
Keep these two things in mind, and then you design your product. Trust me, you will do wonders. This is majority of the L&D professionals struggle in this, क्योंकि
Yes,
उनके पास आंसर ही नहीं है. काफी सारे तो कार्पेट्रिक मॉडल जानते भी नहीं है, छोड़ दीजिए. तो जो जानते भी है, they struggle in this.
they struggle with
If
this.
you cater those level 3 and 4, na, trust me, And I'm telling you today in our discussion, if you can convince me with a product when it comes up, कि लेवल 3 लेवल 4 ऐसे इसको मॉनिटर करते हैं, ऐसे मैं आपको दिखा पाऊंगा, ऐसे ट्रांजिशन दिखा पाऊंगा, शोकेस विद अ, सिर्फ दिखाने के लिए नहीं है, मैंने ऑन द ग्राउंड एज वेल विद
Yes,
सम फिगर्स. Trust me, you never know. It's a small industry.
we
I
have
can
already
think of.
covered that part of it actually, because
Correct. So
our
that's a
focus was
wonderful.
completely into that. When we say we have created subject matter experts from the basic, coming to subject matter experts, and also creating in each level situational and influential leaders. That's the part that we are covering, because that's how the behavioral changes can be recorded. Unless and until you are giving that kind of leverage that they can be something and they can demonstrate that what they have become
No,
today.
you have to make the process not very strong. You might have a plan that
No, no,
if
we
you
have
do
made it in
this,
the software itself.
no, what I'm saying is you have made something that if you do X, Y, Z, this is how you will track and this is how you get the result. That's plan.
Yes,
But there has to be a continuity, business continuity plan and risk management attached to it. So, for example, you might have given a task that every leader should do a fortnight review with his team. That's one of the tasks. I'm just giving a rough example.
right.
How will you guarantee and ensure they do it? Because if they doesn't do it, the entire system falls.
Right. No, there we have already covered how it is, First thing, the leaders will be also a mentor, and all the leaders will have their own mentors. So, with the mentors, every month they have to report where and how they have improved themselves. As a leader, also, there is a continuous process of improvement. You might be good leader in one aspect, not may not be on the other aspect. Then there is also something called as differential leaders, where some differential leadership learning also, whereby again some people are leaders by their work, somebody by the subject, somebody on practicality and planning. So where and how you
So,
are demonstrating.
with with all due respect, now Shushma, I am running short of time. Hope
Thank you
I
so
have been
much, I
able to.
understand that.
No, hope I have been able to give you share a few things which will help you to design your product much better way, and I have earned the privilege of both of your time. Thank you so much, and all the very best for your product. God bless. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for your time. We are also very, thankful for giving those kind of insights, especially for the people who are on field, because this is one part we are still working on. We are struggling on this front. As you said, 80% of lot of companies are catering
Yes.
to this kind of field. We are struggling on
Yeah.
this front. We are working on it. Thank
All
you
the
so
best.
much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye.
Have a good day. Good day. Bye.